Thank you. I have a message for you all, and that message is not going to be a surprise. We're all aging. Like it or not, it happens. And we may need a little help when we get older. And for people that need that kind of help, we may not quite know what they're going through because we don't know how it feels. Well, for the next 10 minutes, I hope to change that. A little bit about myself. I'm a husband, I'm a son, I'm a father, and I've seen how aging and caregiving impacts families. I've seen it with my own parents as they provided for their parents financially, and currently my wife is a caregiver for her great aunt, and I've seen how that's impacted relationships, her emotional state of being, and also our own family. And as I look around this room, I'm sure many of you have that same story. And at Genworth, our own employees have this same story because they live it every day. And that's why we feel it's important to have this conversation. Give you a little background on Genworth. We offer products to help first-time homebuyers get into their home, as well as solutions when it comes to funding and supporting long-term care needs. And that's why we want to get out and talk to people and say, this is important. You need to make a plan. And one of the ways that we've done that is by partnering up with some celebrities you may recognize, Rob Lowe and Maria Shriver, to share their stories. We went on a national mug tour, this giant mug full of stats to get people's attention across the nation of, hey, did you know kind of things. But one thing that we feel is that it's important for our customers, or better yet, our employees, to understand what our customers are experiencing day to day. So this is low tech. I'm going to go high tech in a moment, but we believe in doing sensitivity training. For example, smeared Vaseline on reading glasses, breathing through a straw, rubber gloves for sorting pills, or my absolute least painful, or my very painful experience of putting popcorn kernels in the shoes. But why do I share this with you? It's really interesting. One of our employees came up with an idea of, these simulations are really effective, but what if you were to marry high tech and create a suit where everyone could experience this? So we partner with Applied Minds, innovative technology design firm, to build the R70i aging experience and take it around on a tour. So we're going to hear from Bran Farron, co-founder and chief creative officer of Applied Minds, and Janice Luvera, global brand leader of Genworth.
This is a project designed to create the experience of aging. 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, and it can do it in seconds.
Genworth's mission is to help families prepare for their futures, and we know that people are living longer lives, which is the good news. We also know that they're not prepared to live that longer life. And we know that people avoid talking about this issue because it's uncomfortable and awkward for them. And so we've developed the aging experience. Our vision is to take it around the country so that we can help educate people and raise awareness of this issue of aging in America to help them take that first step in having the conversation with their loved ones about how they would like to age.
Seeing such an advanced piece of technology just right there in front of you. I was ready to try it. I wanted it as soon as I saw it. Get me in that thing.
While I was walking on the treadmill, they were able to remotely give me, basically hip issues or extra knee issues.
It took so much effort to bend my joints, my hips, my knees.
This it put walking in a whole new perspective.
It's pretty eye-opening when you really see the effects of aging on the body and feel it all together as one. It's tough.
It's a very unique experience to be able to feel what other people feel, but then to return back to your regular state of being. It's quite powerful, and it makes you a bit more appreciative.
To actually go through this process, this seems to be a more powerful way to communicate when you can literally step into and figuratively step into somebody else's shoes.
So we debuted that at the Aspen Ideas Festival, and we've also been at the Consumer Electronics Show where we got the Top Tech Cool Award, which we're really proud about. But a challenge we had is that R70i suit, it's a rock and roll tour. It's a theme park exhibit. I couldn't easily just bring it here into the room. So what we've done is in our own website, genworth.com, which you can also experience on your own, is we've taken 3 core elements that are associated with the aging process, specifically challenges related to impairments. And we've pre-selected a volunteer from the networking session earlier. This is Kristen. Thank you, Kristen, for volunteering. She does not know what she's about to experience. We're going to age Kristen in a bit, and also all of you are going to take a journey with her. So, Kristen, I want you to talk to the audience and share with them what you're seeing as we go through Genworth.com. So the first thing we're going to do is take a look at vision. So what you have here is an everyday city. We've got a couple of visual impairments. Go ahead and take that slider for glaucoma and move it from the left to the right. Keep your eyes on the screen here and see if you see any changes.
Yeah, so everything's becoming a little bit less clear and sharp. It's getting a little darker too, so I can't really see much of the image anymore. I can still see a little bit of motion, but I'm not really making much out.
Okay, you can dial that back. That's good. Well, it's not necessarily good, but it got my attention because in my family, glaucoma runs through our family, so it's one thing that I need to be aware of. Let's take that next one, which is macular degeneration. Move it over just a little bit quicker so everyone can see what's happening. Kind of starts to create a little distortion of the screen.
Yep, so now everything kind of looks a little bit, yeah, definitely a little bit disjointed. I can't make out like clear edges to everything, so, and there's a big spot in the middle of the screen, so I can't see anything.
So let's dial that back. And let's go up with cataracts. Cataracts tends to be common with aging. We may have our own family members, or we may have been in this situation where we've had cataracts. And what you're going to start to see is the lens or the field of vision is going to become a little bit more foggy. Looks cloudy. Let's dial that back if we can, Kristen. For this next one, I'm going to ask you to bring up glaucoma at the very top. And at the bottom, we're going to activate floaters. Tell me what you see.
I see it almost looks like little strands of hair just floating across the image.
That's right. So let's go ahead and move on to our next impairment. This is mobility. And here we've used a gamification approach, and we're not making a game of this. So Kristen, go ahead and grab an item at the bottom of the counter there and try to put it on the shelf, the brown shelf. Easy, right? Let's go to arthritis now. Okay. And just grab an item there on the counter. How's it going for you? Take it to the top shelf.
Ooh, really struggling here. I can't, it keeps falling back down, so I can't actually get it up there.
Okay, you can go ahead and release, it'll fall. Let's go to the very bottom, hand tremors. Slide that to the right, and after you do that, I want you to just move your hand and wave to the audience so they can see. Let's keep the cursor right where it is. Wave to the audience. Take your hand off the cursor or the mouse. What's going on?
Oh, wow, it's just like it's shaking.
It's moving around. Somebody's controlling the mouse. And this is an example of what happens with hand tremors. Go ahead and try to grab an item. Put it on the shelf.
Yeah, I can't actually grab any one item.
So let's move on to the last impairment, hearing. So when you get here, just go ahead and hit play. We're going to hit right in the middle there. And let's dial back. Go ahead and hit stop if you can. So what you're hearing, I don't know if you heard this loud ringing, that is actually tinnitus. And tinnitus is the result of excessive exposure at concerts or loud machinery. So the takeaway here is make sure that you wear your earplugs and reduce the volume on those earbuds. So I encourage you to try this one at home. We had a little bit of challenge there. So Kristen, thank you very much. You've been an awesome participant. What did you think? Did you feel like you saw any changes with aging that could occur here?
Yeah, I mean, it was really interesting. Just kind of seeing what could actually happen made me think about like what could potentially happen in the future as like different aspects of your body deteriorate. So.
And do you feel any different?
Not a little dizzy, actually, like a tiny bit, I think, from like the images changing.
Okay.
So quickly, so.
Well, thank you. Everybody give it up for Kristen. So what I want to leave you with here is this is how Genworth has evolved with technology to demonstrate what it feels like to get older. And I don't want you walking away from here thinking that I'm saying aging is a bad thing. It's not. It happens. We can do prevention. We can do lifestyle changes that could delay or prevent this from happening. But what I would like to leave you here with is think about your own situation as you age. How will you take care of yourself? How will you pay for it? What are your long-term care needs? So you can visit our website, genworth.com, to learn more about how to have the conversation with yourself and your family and to take part of the simulations that you just experienced. Thank you very much.